My name is Olga and you're watching my channel English, Fun and Coffee. And today's video is going to be a business English video slash listening comprehension. Why? Because today we're going to be talking about the art of giving and receiving feedback, and I truly believe that this is a very important skill to have if you want to build good communication in a team. And why is it listening comprehension? Because it's going to be fully in English. So today I will share with you one of the methods how to share feedback with your colleagues if you're, let's say, not satisfied with some situation or something is bothering you. So let's imagine a situation. You work in an open space and your team colleague, let's say his name's Tom, is being very loud. Of course, he's a cool professional. He has a great expertise. He talks a lot over the phone with his clients, and this thing is okay, right? He's doing his job, and it's about communicating with the clients. However, he also talks over the phone while discussing some personal matters, or for example when his colleagues, the other colleagues approach his desk, they start to discuss some topics that are not related to your work. And of course, for you, sometimes it can be quite frustrating because you cannot concentrate on your work, you cannot focus on the tasks that you have, and unfortunately, it affects the efficiency of your day-to-day work. So now I will guide you through step by step on how to share the feedback, and of course be ready to receive the reaction and the feedback of the person who's receiving the feedback from you. So step number one, prepare yourself for this feedback giving process. First of all, think about some specific situations that you were unhappy with. Then second thing is to think if you are prepared, let's say morally, for that, right? Do you have some spare time to discuss that issue? Do you have maybe some other urgent stuff to do? Because if you do have something urgent to do, maybe postpone this let's say discussion for some later time when it's more convenient for you. Of course, be ready to hear back from that person, right? And one more important thing to mention is that you, irrespective of that, that sometimes you might not like everyone, but nothing personal, just business, and you must respect your colleagues, which means that your feedback shouldn't be negative, it should be constructive. Constructive feedback means that this is some information that will help to make your work, your work and the work of your other colleague more effective, and it will help to solve the problematic situation. Step number two. Now, if you're ready, when you're ready, approach your colleague and ask if he, right? We have Tom, so if he is ready, to hear some information that might not be very nice or very pleasant for this person. For example, you can say, "Hey Tom, I wanted to discuss something with you. Is it convenient for you to talk now?" Or for example, "Tom, I wanted to share some feedback with you. can we talk now, or would you like us to schedule a 30-minute meeting, discussion, right? So it's better, of course, to ask the person if they are ready as well. And you should be, let's say, prepared for the answer. If not ready, then give them some time. If ready, then okay, you are ready, to start the feedback sharing. Step 3. Remember, when you were preparing for the feedback, you were recalling in your mind some specific situations, some cases, because you shouldn't be quite generic about this. Like, for example, you shouldn't be saying something of the type, oh, you're being too loud, or you always discuss some personal stuff with other colleagues. No, just come up with some specific examples, some specific cases. For example, hey Tom, yesterday you were discussing your family party over the phone. Or for example, remember 2 days ago when John approached your desk, you started very loudly discussing, let's say, the kinds of sports that you're into, or the kind of sport that you like. And you know what? I think step 4 is closely connected to step 3, because after sharing the specific examples, you should say how it affected you, what kind of effect it had on you. For example, and you know what? When you were so loudly discussing it, I stopped doing my work because I just, couldn't stop listening to your conversation. And unfortunately, because of that, I lost a lot of time and I couldn't finish my report by end of day. Step 5, I'd say, is closely related to previous steps. Be confident in what you're saying. Again, I like this phrase, fake it until you make it. Even if of course, it's not a very nice and pleasant situation when you're sharing that something is bothering you, but try to be confident in what you're saying. Be firm, right? So that the person realizes that it really bothers you, it's really a problem for you. And then we smoothly go to step 6, and at this point you should make a pause. Give the person some time to think through, to process the information that you've just shared. And you must be ready for this, because you never know whether the feedback receiver is ready to hear the feedback, or to hear this kind of feedback, or for example, if they know in general this theory, right, of giving and receiving feedback. So you must be prepared for any kind of reaction. So let's imagine that your colleague Tom knows about this approach of giving and receiving feedback. He had some time to think through this whole situation, this whole problem, and now you should be ready to hear back from him, because you never know how he perceives this whole situation. For example, he might tell you something like, hey, I never realized that it was a problem for you. Or for example, you know what? Sometimes you can be also quite loud, and when you're being loud, I cannot focus on my tasks. So you never know what the reaction is going to be. But let's hope that Tom is a nice professional guy who understood the situation, who got the point. So now the last step would be trying to find a solution, trying to fix this problematic situation, these problems, to cope with this task, right? For example, you can agree on some solutions. Let's say Tom can leave the open space when he has to make a personal call. For example, he can go to a kitchen or to some special room for relax. Some companies have rooms of this type. Or for example, when the other colleagues will approach Tom's desk, they can promise that they will be more quiet, right? Something of this type. The most important thing is that you will at least try, right? Try to somehow fix this problem. Of course, it's not your responsibility how the other person will react. And for example, if they are not open, for a dialogue, there's nothing you can do, but at least, guys, you can try, because it's very important to develop your skills of communication, your interpersonal skills, this, flexibility, adaptability. That's very important if you want to work in a healthy and, productive environment. So, I really hope that you found this video interesting and useful, and that at some point of your life it will help you fix some kind of problematic situation and find a very good and effective solution. Don't forget to like my videos, comment if you have something to if you have some information to share with me and with the other subscribers, with the audience who watches my videos. So thank you so much for your attention, and see you soon in my next videos. Bye!